score right now is going to be 2-0. 2-0 here in favor of the European side. They were able to pick up the pistol round, also follow that up with the gun round. As of right now, looks like we got Nothing, who's going to start to be able to move up there inside of mid. Nice little push up there by Nothing. As right now we've got the two-man stack there between Nothing and Daze. Expect to see Anger and Kiko. Interesting enough, both Anger and Kiko are both entry fraggers for the American side. As we'll go and switch back over here towards Asmo.
Ooh. Yeah, so we're just getting into this round here. Looks like we do see the Terrorists go ahead and pressing their way up on the catwalk here with the bomb. Kiko getting the pistol kill there, so the North American's doing pretty well so far, but all of a sudden Neo has turned it right back around with that AK-47, getting those kills there on the A platform, and is now a 3 versus 2 in favor of the North American side. They're both in CT spawn, and the Europeans are actually just going to press into it here. Neo is left 1 versus 1, Nothing versus Neo, and Neo with the fadeaway headshot. Doing the damage there. Great job.
Not only did he pick up those last 3, but earlier in the round he was able to pick up 2 more. As those kiddies out there at home, you do your math, 3 plus 2 equals 5, which ends up meaning that he picked up the Eco Ace there against the All-Star team from North America.
Indeed, so it looks like we are seeing the first official gun round, so to speak. Couple players working mid, including the bomb carrier Scream over towards B. As I'm watching that long push, we see Nothing once again getting kind of aggressive on cap, but gonna fall back just a little bit here, the M4 in hand. We will see what the T side wants to do here. Looks like they're just being kind of slow about it, waiting for some aggression from the CTs. Neo will go ahead and start making his way up catwalk to get things started, but Daze has found a kill there onto Asmo. So the first gun round opening up for the North Americans so far, but in the end, it's really all up to what happens here in this last minute, as we do see the operator here trying to see if he can spot anything out on that A platform, but so far no one is showing themselves. Finally spots one at car, but he's going to whiff the shot a couple of times. The Terrorists will go ahead and start pressing the catwalk into the A site. They're done.
Yeah, Neo is going to be pushing back around to see if they'll be able to open things back up there. You've got Get Right, who's spotted one. That's going to be Dazed over there inside of long A. As the bomb will get planted, there goes Neo. Now it's going to be left up to Get Right, down to a 1 versus 4. You got one member there inside of pit, and the bomb will get defused.
Yeah, so the first gun round goes to North Americans, which is definitely good. That's a great way to kind of break that pistol round pattern momentum that the Europeans did have there in those first 3 rounds. And that does kind of force the Europeans to have to rebuy. As we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here in this next gun round. Of course, we do see one player moving up mid here. As we do have Forrest here with the AK in hand, going to be checking out that catwalk. Just trying to wait and see what they want to do. We have a few players over there towards B, a couple long, one at the A bomb site, so the Europeans are definitely going to have to watch out for a flank here pretty soon from Dazed and Nothing, and there comes that flank I was just speaking of. Jordan Gilbert picking up a pair of Europeans there. We do see Daze also doing quite a bit of damage there to Forrest, and Forrest will finally fall, and it's all up to Asmo and Scream now at this point. They do have the bomb in the lower B tunnels trying to make their way into the B bomb site. They'll be met with 2 players in there. Scream, the human aimbot, gonna get that pick onto Kiko, so Anger left now inside the B bomb site. The CTs are making the rotate. Scream, another great headshot there onto Anger. He's evening it up here, 3 versus 2 in favor of the North Americans still, but Scream has certainly lit a fire under the Europeans in this round. They will be able to get this bomb planted. We're waiting to see how the CTs want to try to retake this.
This is a big round here, because especially if the North Americans are able to pick up this round, then that's going to completely change up the money system there for the European side, as right now we're going to be down to a 2-on-2.
Yeah, Scream is on par to get an ace here if you can get these last 2 CTs. But Skadoodle with the op gets one, but Asmo saves the round for the Europeans, breaking that pattern like you said, and extends the lead now to 4-1.
As we take a look here at the current money situation, you can see right now you've got Neo, who's sitting at 3K. Of course, right now they're going to be good on both sides here for the next couple rounds, especially there for the North American side. This is after they bought. As we'll go and take a look here and see, make sure that they end up buying anything. Actually, they decided to go for a save. I guess it was Kiko that didn't have the money to be able to buy for this round.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to make sure they could all be on par next round and go ahead and just eco this one away, which is going to allow the Europeans to really start building that lead up.
Pushing back over there inside the side. Four is going to get taken down there. You can see Asmo looking out for that flank that they saw before. Remember last round?
Yeah.
We saw Dazed and Nothing decided to start to push over there towards that long A. Neo accompanied there by Asmo. Get right with a nice nade, able to pick up, taking down Skadoodle. That was over there towards long A. Neo back over there inside. Get right, still causing some damage over there towards long A. I apologize, there towards Catwalk. As they were working up there towards, and see if maybe he'll make something happen. He's got the bomb. Now it's going to be left up to Kiko, the LMS, here for the North American side. Of course, this was a save round here for the North American side.
Indeed. So with it being an eco, that kind of gave the Europeans the advantage right out the gate. And, of course, they took that advantage and just drove it home there to extend that lead. Now 5-1, but we should see the CTs buy up this time. However, I did see one CT this now buy a FAMAS, so that certainly still shows that they're not quite on par. 2 ops, though, for the CTs. This one looks like Skadoodle and Dazed are both going to be opping this time, so a little bit of a double op setup here on D-Dust 2. Not horribly uncommon on this map, but still pretty uncommon, so kind of curious to see.
Dazed dropped that AWP
op to nothing.
For nothing.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at the setup right now. Looks like they're going to start to be able to move over here towards that B-bomb site. You got one over there inside of mid. And then you got Forrest who's lurking over there. Nothing's going to get taken down. He's trying to push up there towards the Catwalk side. He's going to get taken down. So let's go ahead and take a look here. You can see they're going to start to rotate back over there towards mid. We'll go and hop on board here with Anger, who's inside of mid, having to worry about mid and Catwalk as he's on the rotate here.
Yeah, it's coming through CT spawn up that smoke on the double doors, so he's going to be trying to play some type of cat defense. We do have Kiko. It's already pressed through B tunnels. He's going to get pressured here pretty heavily, so he's going to have to fall back into that B-bomb site with the FAMAS. Only has 10 health, so he's certainly going to be kind of a viable target for the Europeans if they do decide to attack into this B-bomb site. As we see Kiko switch into burst fire mode, he's trying to see if he can at least get a pick as his team is going to have to rotate. Here come the flashes. He is able to turn away from the first one, but does not dodge the second one. He is pinned down in the site and will fall there to Asmo. We also see Forrest getting a kill. Skadoodle last man standing with an op over here in CT spawn, trying to watch this flanker from long as well as just save this op for the next round. The North Americans are certainly short on money, and so this save from Skadoodle would be huge if he could just hold on to this op for the next round. They're done.
It's going to be really difficult for him to be able to hold on to this, that AWP. As you can see, Scream picking up that last kill there in the round. The Europeans right now, they're leading 6-1 here over the North American side.
Yeah, it's looking like that voting process we had on Facebook and Twitter is starting to look kind of accurate, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that, you know, we'd have a really close and tight game, but so far the Europeans have done a great job. Apparently the language barrier is not having too much of an effect on them.
All right, you can see, look at that, Neo sitting at 13-3 right now. As the auto sniper has been brought out there for Get Right. You've got 4 members who are over there towards that B-bomb site, and you've got 1 member inside of mid. As we take a look at the setup, you can see you got Skadoodle who's playing close quarters here. They're going to start to be able to push up here. As here goes Scream, he sprays away. He's going to get taken down there by Kiko.
Yeah,
I mean, Kiko's picking up any kills that he can.
Yeah, Scream would have been able to line it up just a little bit better. He might have had himself quite the highlight clip there, but luckily for the North Americans, they were able to pick up a gun that's going to go to Dazed, who is going to hold on to it. Meanwhile, the Europeans are making their way into A through long, got that cross smoked off. They'll be able to plant the bomb in the site with really no trouble at all. We see Forrest toting the big green for his team right now, as most of the retake will be coming from Cat, and it will be getting shut down by Asmo and Forrest. And Asmo finishes it off there onto Anger. So North America's not getting much done.
All right, so we're gonna continue to let the auto direct kind of control everything here. As you can see, a lot of quick switching that's going to be happening throughout the game. But right now, score 7-1, 6-round lead. That's a tough path to take. They're going to have to start to be able to pick up at least a couple rounds right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we Get Right. You got Forrest who's right behind him. There goes Skadoodle, able to take down Get Right. You know that Forrest going to try to be able to challenge here inside of mid. And he's going to be able to back out of there. Skadoodle able to even things back up there. You got nothing over there towards long. He's going to get taken down there by Asmo. As now it's going to be down to a 3-on-3. You've got Skadoodle and Dazed who both have offs in hand.
That's absolutely right, and Skadoodle did get a nice pick there early on to even it up. Let's see if he can keep up the good work. He only has 19 health, though, so it's going to be tough for him especially with Anger falling there. It's all up to the two oppers of the North Americans. Just Skadoodle and Dazed left, 2 versus 3. And there goes Skadoodle. So now it's all up to Dazed, 1 versus 3. Let's see if he looks like he's going to save the op in the B bomb site. Just trying to live for another day, so to speak. As like we said, the money's been tight for them the whole half. We had a lot of ecos. We had a broken bio where Kiko had to buy from Moss, so they've certainly had some money management issues, and so they're just saving every gun they can in a situation like this where they're down so heavily.
And this is not what you want to expect. You can see that they're going to be able to. They're going to go for the manhunt here, chasing him down. Scream going to hold there inside of the A-bomb site. Nice shot by Daze. Now they know exactly where he's at. And so Daze going to check inside of mid. He's going to be able to pick off Scream. Now you're going to see Neo going to push up here in just a moment. He's just trying to go for a nice little highlight reel while holding onto his off. But that was a bad idea. The whole purpose of saving
is to save.
AWP is to save it.
Yeah. He probably would have done better to not peek that double stack box there at the end and just hold on to the big green for as long as possible.
All right, so 8-1 right now is the scores. We take a look here, see exactly where everyone's at. You've got Neo who's sitting at 16-3. So all of the ESC fanboys out there
are rooting it high.
Himself. You've definitely picked a really great all-star for this matchup.
Yeah, he's definitely doing the best. When people looked at this all-star lineup, they probably would have expected like a Get Right or a Forrest or a Stream to be at the top of the frag count, but Neo's done a fantastic job for the European side. As we do see Get Right getting a couple of frags there, though, in the beginning, as this is yet another eco round for the North Americans. They were unable to save that op last round. They had to just full out save this one. They did, of course, buy some 5.7s and some pistols, but, of course, they really had nothing for this round, and Dazed is in a tough spot here to 1 versus 3 with very little health. Neo going to safely plant this bomb at A, and it looks like the Europeans will just further extend the lead here very, very quickly.
Forrest right there inside of mid. He's got that. Let's go take a look and see where Dazed is. Dazed was right there wrapping around. He pulled around through the B tunnels to be able to make his way back over there towards the T spawn, getting taken out 9-1. As the Europeans have complete control over this game at this point.
Yes. Yes, they do.
We'll see what happens. This really is a strong round. I'll go ahead and start off with Skadoodle to be able to pick up this round here.
Yeah, Skadoodle is going to have to be getting picks with the op. He's going to be going towards A this time. This is a spot that he's used to playing for Curse, so we'll see how it works. Forrest, of course, is going to be going for that pick at long A. No one will challenge him. Skadoodle going to be very passive about this on the A side. They don't want to give any early picks to the Europeans for free, not at this point when they're already so far down. As Skadoodle keeps his op on long, he does actually leg Forrest there. It gets him down to 18 health, but Forrest will be able to escape here and gather up with his teammates over at mid to try something different out here in this round.
Again, you saw Forrest who backed out of there. He's back over inside of mid. Neo able to pick up one. They're actually heading over there towards that B bomb site. And so Kiko's going to have a tough path here. He's able to pick up one. He's caused a lot of damage over there towards that B side. And see whether or not he'll be able to stay alive. He's going to have to deal with
here comes
Get Right. That's over there inside of the site. Asmo picks up one as well. It's going to be down to this 3-on-2. Forrest and Get Right, both members from NIP. As right now, Forrest completely smoked, completely blind. And don't forget that Skadoodle was the one that legged him down to 18 HP. Nothing is right there in the site there with Forrest as he's the last man standing, hanging out just like a ninja in pajama right there inside of that smoke.
Yeah, he was just chilling in the smoke for the longest time. You see Daze kind of laughing about it, so it's nothing, just not realizing how long he really was just kind of sitting there chilling out. So finally the North Americans have found themselves another round in this half, but they still are very far behind and still have a long way to go.
As we take a look, as you can see that you've got Nothing who's sitting at 9-9 at this point. But overall, I mean, really, what we've seen from these teams, they really need to get their act together here to be able to pick up some rounds. Not just the fact of how the economy is working, but really just kind of getting everything underway. Kiko inside the side, able to take down one. As we'll switch back over here to the auto direct. As we're here on board with Nothing. Nothing with a nice shot there on to Scream. And it's going to be down to a 2-on-3. You've got Forrest and Get Right again. As this little pair has been around for a while now. It's definitely won them a bunch of events here in this past year and a half now here for NIP. Of course, going to be down to this 2-on-3. Skadoodle, Dazed, and Nothing. A member from Curse, Quantic, and Team Dynamic, the top 3 NA, still live here, battling up against Forrest and Get Right.
Yeah, this is a huge round here for North Americans to try to close the gap as the bomb will get planted here by Get Right. It's the 2 NIP members left for the European side to try to hold in a disadvantage. We got one Hidden Goose. Get Right goes down. It's all up the force now. Hidden Goose, 1 versus 3. The CTs will be coming from all angles. Skadoodle gets that op shot there, and the bomb will be defused. So finally the gap is being closed.
A team effort there from the North Americans as each one of them were able to pick up a kill there at the very end. 9-3. Is it a little too late here for the NA team? As right now they're struggling, but they won a round that they definitely needed, and they won it in a fashion exactly the way they need to, where they only lost 2 members in that round instead of losing 3, 4, or even 5 where they had to rebuy.
Yeah, definitely. And this is actually going to be good for them because if they can win this round, it is going to force the Europeans into an eco situation next round. So this could be a very huge round for the North American All-Stars.
All right, we take a look here at the setup right now. You can see that they got 2 members heading over there. This looks like they're going to be heading over here towards that A sign. Force taking down 1. Get Right as well. Force has picked up 2 so far with that AK. It's going to be left up to Anger and nothing, as Anger's got that M4 there inside of CT spawn. It looks like nothing's going to be able to wrap back around as the bomb finally gets planted there inside of the A bomb site. Asmo under a little bit of dealing with those flashbangs. Tossing out a nice little counter flash. It's going to delay the inevitable as they're going to start to be able to push up there. Anger takes down Asmo. We're down to a 2-on-2 now.
This flank's going to be killer here, Don.
As Forrest wrapping back around, creeping. He is thunderfooting though. They're able to take down 1. Now Forrest missing that shot. He's going to come back around, going straight for the defuse. Anger's committed to this one as he's going to continue back around. Willie, he does get the defuse and picks up the round. But honestly, the humor aside,
yeah,
Forrest getting that knife kill was able to put $1,500 in his back pocket. And so that allows him to kind of, he was only going to be sitting at 3,000 there at the end. But Anger gets the defuse, gets the round, and then so the difference really comes down to terms of a $1,500 difference. As right there, Forrest trying to go up through the dark spot inside of mid. He gets shut down by Daze. So maybe it takes the Americans a little bit more time to get warmed up.
Maybe so, as that is a great opening pick there for Daze. It's surprising to see Skadoodle. I guess Daze has dropped the op to Skadoodle. I know we have a 3-op setup for the North American CSGO squad. That is certainly very unorthodox here on this map, but we'll see how it pans out for them. So far, so good. They haven't gotten that opening pick. We do see Neil with the bomb making his way up mid for the challenge here soon. Anger is right up against the doors. We got nothing. Holding down B with the big green. So far, not spotting out anything. You see Asmo working his way from long to mid, so the majority here of the Europeans will be gathered up in mid. Looks like the bomb is actually heading lower tunnels into B, so we might see some type of B hit here very soon with Asmo coming late through the double doors. So this is going to be kind of one of those typical B split strats. Asmo is going to go ahead and smoke off CT spawn and pop a flash, but Anger is right up against the door, and Anger is going to get that first kill onto Asmo, so the North Americans are staying ahead in this round. Neo locked down inside of those B tunnels with the bomb, but finally some headway being made by the terrorist at mid. As we see Matt there saying the North Americans need to pick it up, and you're absolutely right, but they've done well so far. But as soon as I say that, the Europeans get a fury of frags there. It's 3 frags for them, and now Skadoodle left alone.
It's going to be down to this 1-on-2 as the bomb will get planted there inside the B bomb site. Low health there for Neo as he's going directly in, full force, doesn't even care. He was just going to push right on through and go for the shock and awe tactic. 10-4 though, here in favor of the European All-Stars.
Yeah,
wow.
It's definitely been pretty one-sided. Now I know the North Americans typically do favor T-side on this map, so maybe, you know, they can win this last round and do something on the T-side, but yeah, the Europeans certainly have been dominant. We will see how this round opens up. Looks like a little bit of early aggression here in the B tunnels. Forrest did take a little bit of damage, but so did Kiko. Looks like they are just going to try to gun it in here into the B bomb site. They're taking lots of damage, but Scream does ultimately get that pick onto Kiko. We see Asmo here flanking long.
I'm going to help the
help the auto director out a little bit. As we do see nothing trying to come in with the P250, see what he can do. He can die as Neo takes out 2 with some great headshots there onto Dazed and Jordan Gilbert. It's all up to Skadoodle once again with just the FAMAS. 1 versus 4. Last round of the half has to go for it, and Neo will just lock it down.
Quick little rundown exactly where the KD was. You had Neo, who's sitting at 20-6.
Yeah.
First half was able to pick up a 20 bomb.
Yeah, that's always good when you can drop a 20 bomb in one half. And like we said, a lot of people looked at this all-star lineup, probably expected like, Scream or Get Right or Forrest to be in that top frag position, and Neo just kind of blew him away that entire game.
All right, as we're about to get ready here for the second half, here for this all-star game. As you can see, for those of you at home, make sure that you post hashtag ESEA LAN to be able to get your comment up on the stream. And of course, you can see some of the comments there for the EU team. And also over on the Facebook side, we saw that the EU team was up in the polls 76% to 24.
And it's certainly proving to be that way, as it's about 76% sided towards the Europeans at this point on the scoreboard. This pistol round going to be super important for North Americans to win, try to get back into this. If not, they're going to be forced to save and really give the Europeans just a super lead that they may not be able to come back from. We have 4 terrorists in the B tunnels, including the bomb carrier, which will be Anger. Nothing kind of lurking over at long A, but we'll be coming back towards mid here in just a second. So looks like we may see some type of 4-1B split from what this setup looks like right now.
It's really going to come down. Let's go ahead and hop on board here. That's going to be nothing inside a minute. He's going to get headshotted there by Forrest, a long-time rivalry. As now it's going to be down to a 4-on-4. We're going to start to be able to push over there inside of the site. There towards that B side.
Yeah, Kiko able to get that pick into the B bomb site, though, and this is going to prompt Anger to go ahead and get that bomb planted. Plus, they had the advantage that Skadoodle has been able to pop off a frag as well. So the CT is actually in bad shape now after getting those opening picks. We do see Forrest trying to challenge Skadoodle here in B tunnels. Forrest will get the better of him. We do see Neo now trying to make his way in. He was a top fragger from last half. See if he can continue on that spree. But no, he will not be able to. Daze will shut him down, and the Americans win the first pistol round in the second half, so that's going to kind of help them out momentum-wise, I think.
Well, especially on the fact of what's going to happen here for the terrorist side. I'm going to take over for the auto direct for a little bit, because I really feel like we've missed a few things.
Yeah, we've missed a few things.
It's on a 0-second delay, and we need to take advantage of actually finding where the action happens. So right now, as we take a look at the overview, you can see they're going to start to be able to push over here towards that side. So we're going to hop on board here with nothing able to pick up one. There's going to be one more person who actually backpedaled his way out of there. As now it's going to be left up, you can see you've got
oh boy,
Get Right, who's got the shotty in hand, and he's going to get taken down as well. 6-11 now, as they pick up some really definitive rounds there. Something to take in consideration as well, as there's only 2 kills that have happened here in the second half, and they both came in for 1 player. So overtime, what you have to think about is the fact that that 1 player has only accumulated $600 in addition, and no one else is making any additional money other than the bonus.
That's right, and that's why it allows allows the terrorist team here, the North Americans, to really just kind of push the issue in these rounds, as they do definitely have the gunpowder advantage here. Skadoodle already opening things up here at long with that MP9. We do see Get Right getting 1 there with the P2000, able to pick up a P250 in the process. Yeah, he wants that AK, but Skadoodle is not going to be able to guard it, and the AK will get picked up by Get Right, and that just makes this round so much more dangerous for the North Americans, as they have to worry about these 2 Europeans left actually having guns.
Especially with Neo, who went 20-6 in the first half and was just dominating fashion there with that AK. As right now you can see the setup. Anger didn't buy a weapon here for this round. Nice little headshot, able to take down Neo, as it's going to be left up here to Get Right. Get Right pushes down with a submachine gun. And now it's going to be 1-on-2. And so right now the score is going to be 7-11 here in favor of the in favor of the European side, but they are clawing their way back here.
Yeah, definitely. It was good to go ahead and get those 3 rounds in a row. It has definitely closed the gap on the scoreboards. We're now at a score of 11-7. So this is going to be really good for North Americans. First of all, it allows them to get back in the game. But, of course, this is going to be the first even gun round for the second half. So this is where we're really going to see the defense of the European side and see how well the North Americans can match up to it.
Looks like they're going to start to be able to push over here towards that side. Neo holding it down. He's able to pick up 1. That was nothing who he was able to pick off. They're over there towards that long A side. You got 1 member. That's Anger. They've got 3 members who are over here towards the long A double doors. With they're also helped there with Skadoodle.
right? So we will see what happens here. Skadoodle does have that bomb, and he does have the op. Looks like they're actually kind of falling off long A back towards mid. We do have one on Cat. That's going to be Kiko, but Forrest will make quick work of him and keep the advantage here for the CT side in this first gun round of the second half. It looks like Daze and company are going to be trying to maybe work up B. We see one
really
boosting up Cat.
They're just looking for a pick right
Something.
now. They have to get something to open up, because right now you can see that you got Dazed and Skadoodle who are working up there towards Catwalk together. Anger looks a nice little shot by Skadoodle. That was actually inside of mid through the double doors.
Yeah, and that might actually prompt them to go towards B. They know that the numbers advantage is going to favor B at this point. Only one at B now, 2 over towards A, or 3 over towards A, excuse me. So Skadoodle looking for another on pick. He's checking out that window. Scream is kind of in the area, but he's more focused on the tunnels. We do see Skadoodle. Oh, gets picked there by Forrest on the cross. Daze now all alone, and he gets picked by Forrest as well. So Forrest, normally a rifler for NIP, doing work with the big green right now.
What we've started to see a little bit lately here from NIP, especially for Forrest, he's been putting the op in his hands a little bit more for Flair and kind of sharing the duties with that op in these recent lands here for NIP. Score right now 12-7 here in favor of the European team. And right now, again, with the help of that last round, Forrest sitting at 5-3.
And that's good there. Daze getting the opening pick at long, but Neo immediately makes the trade, so it seems like every time the North Americans make a little bit of headway, they immediately get traded back and never really get to hold on to the advantage for too long. As the first gun round did go to the CTs, and so far it's going the Europeans' way on this round as well. Lots of players falling over here at long A, and that was a pretty quick gun round, I have to say. Very dominant display from the European side, and North Americans are certainly going to have to dig something out the bag of tricks here soon, or they're going to find themselves losing this game.
Yeah, so right now they're also put into a really tough spot where they need to decide whether or not they want to buy. You've got Nothing, who's got an AK, Dazed with an AK as well. Checking the back pocket. Kiko always seems to not have any money. And
yeah, that was the same way on CT side, buying from us and stuff like that.
All right, so it looks like we're going to start to see them rotate back around there. Look out inside of mid. You've got one member to worry about. That's going to be Get Right. Get Right pushing all the way up inside of mid, able to pick up. So far, he's picked up one. Neo's also got one as well, as right now Kiko and Anger, the last man standing here.
Yeah, it's
switch back over here to Kiko.
Bomb is down on B tunnels. Kiko is going to pick it back up and start heading towards that B bomb site. There are actually no CTs in the site. We do see one kind of crossing his way, and that's going to be Neo. Get Right. Oh, no, excuse me. That's going to be Neo coming in through a window. Kiko is going to take him out, so they will be able to get this bomb plant. It's going to be all up to Get Right. We've certainly seen him clutch a lot in his day. And both T's have very low health. This makes it pretty easy for Get Right, and he will get the early pick onto Anger. Anger tried to get a little aggro there at window and falls. It's all up to Kiko now to try to hold on to this round, and it's not going to happen. Get Right puts it into his face and then gets quickly onto the defuse, and the score now 14-7. It's looking like that's all she wrote almost.
14-7 as we take a look and see where the economy is. Of course, they're going to go for the buy here. They're not trying to be able to play out for an OT. But as we look at it again, I don't know why Anger peeked out through the window playing that aggro. He saw the flash. There's no reason to push out that quickly. Just set up. You're both low on health. He just has to make a flick shot and hit the hit the big toe to be able to take you out.
Maybe they were really just that unsure of where Get Right was coming from. They wanted to get some intel.
Oh
yeah, that's true.
It's
I don't
like,
know.
Boom, I'm over here. You don't. You need to. I don't know.
You need to go tell Anger that before the real matches start.
All right, so right now, again, you're going to see the setup. They're going to, of course, they bought Galils and AKs here. As you've got the European side who are sitting at tie point, pushing up inside of mid. You've got Get Right able to pick up one. There goes Dazed. As now it's going to be down to a 4-on-4.
Yeah, this is really close here. The Americans definitely need this round. Otherwise, it'll be a game point situation for the Europeans. And I'm not even really sure how much money they have left to really be able to full out buy next round. Daze is sitting on the Galil as it is in this round. So it's definitely a real tough situation. It's even at a 4 versus 4. Anger finally going to even it. But as soon as I say that, Asmo right back with 2 op frags there in middle. So Dazed and Kiko will be kind of the last hope here before we see a game point situation for the Europeans, and they're going to choose to go Cat, and hopefully they can make something happen here, Corey.
Yeah, you got 45 seconds left here on the round timer to start to be able to push up here towards that catwalk. Neo's going to hear them start to be able to move up there, moving inside that side. He's just watching this cross point. Spots one, nice headshot, picks up the second one. Game point coming in here for the Europeans. As, again, they just came across the pond and are making things happen.
Yes.
No practice.
Nope.
Communication was lack.
Yes.
That was one of the big things, the big storylines across the board for most of these teams. And as you see right now, and that's a good point right there by Bjorn to sit there and say that the score is going to be 16-8, and that's what Freiburg called.
It's looking a lot like 16-7. If you look at the guns right now, nothing has a Tech 9. You like never see that gun, and he's actually about to die. Days with the Galil, same with Kiko and Anger. Yeah, he's trying to do something. He's getting into B. There's lots of flashes going off. Anger has actually made his way, or nothing, excuse me, has made his way over here into window. But as soon as I say that, Get Right is on top of it. Daze and Skadoodle trade back and forth. It could go either way. Anger in a 1 versus 2. He does get the kill onto Neo, so now 1 versus 1.
Last hope come right here for Anger.
Yeah, it's Anger versus Forrest. Forrest has lots of health, and he's going to get the kill. And that's the end of the All-Star game, ladies and gentlemen. It was a day for the Europeans to display their dominance once again, it seems like, and 16-7 was the final score.
Yeah, so 16-7, they're in favor of the European squad. They're with NIP's very own Get Right in Forest, in Faculty's Asmo, Neo, who came out blazing there for ESC, and also Scream, which honestly,
he was very quiet that game.
I didn't see a lot of them, but of course, if you were following my Twitter, you may have you've seen that Scream didn't get there until a little bit later than everybody else. It was an empty seat for about 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think it was just a matter of figuring out the timing and everything as well. But also make sure, again, throughout this entire weekend, we're going to sit there and see hashtag ESEA LAN. You can follow the social media, and also make sure you check out the Facebook page. That's esea.net, facebook.com/esea.net. And there will be polls throughout the entire weekend. We may even get greedy. You might even sit there and say, call who's going to win this 1v1 right now.
That'd be a little rough. But basically what's going to happen is we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways through our Facebook and Twitter. So like you said, facebook.com/ESEA.net. And then, of course, at ESEA Net on Twitter. We're giving away A40 headsets from Astro. We're giving away all kinds of cool stuff just all weekend long. And, of course, besides the prizes, we got all these great matches to watch. I mean, we're about to see some great matches on both this stream and the blue stream, which is ESEA_blue. Of course, you're going to be covering NIP versus Denial.
Yeah, so I've got the top two European teams with NIP and Team Very Games, and then which will also be facing off against, that would be against Denial Esports.
Right.
And also, so that's NIP's facing off against Denial Esports. Then Very Games will be facing off against Team Dynamic.
That's right, and that'll be on this stream. And then, of course, over on ESEA_blue, I will be covering with Holden. Our first game will be Quantic versus ESC Icy Box, and then we'll go into Curse versus N Faculty. So lots of matches to be played still tonight.
All right, guys, so get ready. We're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll come right back, and we'll kind of get Forrest's insight of what happened during the All-Star game. We'll be right back.